What's going on YouTube? CDA Green here, back with another video, and today we have the art of being yourself. Now I feel like we always, you know what I'm saying, when we feel insecure about ourselves, we inevitably doubt ourselves in everyday life, you know what I'm saying, whenever things don't go swell, they not going our way. Maybe we don't like the way we look, the way we sound, the way we dress, the way we smell. It's a lot of things that could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? And then we look at the next dude, see he has everything that we want, and we're like, yo, I don't want to be exactly like him. But truly, bro, if it's not you, it's not going to come off natural. It's going to be artificial. You're going to be putting on a front just for other people, just to get something else, you know what I'm saying? You being inauthentic just to get approval from others. And that's never the way to go. You can always get it by staying true to yourself. And even if you don't, hey, at least you being yourself, man. You're not being fake, right? You just being you. That's the best thing you could do, because if people mess with you for that, that's how you know they really for you. And if they don't mess with you for that, get them up out the way, you know what I'm saying? But the art of being yourself, I need to transfer this to my life all the time. I do it sometimes, I need it all the time. And hopefully watching this video will enlighten me even further. Maybe it'll even enlighten you guys too. So let's get straight to the video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all watching. Let's get straight to it.
Everyone watching the show, do you be yourself and make sure that you love being yourself.
And I just realized a long time ago, not long enough, I wish it was earlier, but a while ago, that I'm not gonna make everybody
Happy.
love me.
Period. Say what's on your mind, speak what's in your heart and how you really feel. When you're trying to be something else, when you're trying to fit into what's going on, it's like you kind of stray away from your path a little bit.
It's so important in a world that wants you to go against everything you need, want, and love to be yourself. It's easy to get lost in life if you don't have yourself to go back to. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what do you have left besides that? I really love music as it helps express and understand myself more. And one situation that really engraved on my brain why it's so important to be your authentic self at all times was the Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake beef. And more importantly, J. Cole's song Port Antonio after the beef.
That John, oh my, yo, J. Cole was spitting on that John, bro. He said, man, what did he say? He said something like, I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see that fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. I wouldn't have lost the battle, dog. I would have lost the bro. Like, that's hard, bro. He was still talking that talk. He said, I ain't back down because, you know what I'm saying, I was going to lose. I just didn't want to lose my mans, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was finna go somewhere else. J. Cole, he be, you know what I'm saying? He be talking that talk. And he backed out of the beef. People was ragging on him, but then he just kept dropping classics. Like, you really can't hate on him, bro. They said it's gonna be some people that's gonna try to wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga out that's rapping this incredibly. Like, that's hard. That's tough, bro.
The ultimate stamp of being your authentic self. It was October 6, 2023. Drake released his long anticipated album known as For All the Dogs. I mean, it was a cool album. Definitely nothing we haven't seen from Drake in the past couple of years per se, but one song stood out. It was called First Person Shooter featuring J. Cole. Drake and J. Cole went back and forth about how nobody can touch them in the rap game and how they are killing it, hence the name First Person Shooter. It was a wavy song. J. Cole definitely walked Drake on his own track, but there was one bar that J. Cole said that would change the rap game forever. And something about this bar
right now, I feel like Muhammad Ali. J. Cole be talking that talk, but I don't care. He just so swaggy with it too, bro. No glaze, man. I don't need me to turn this to the glaze show, but yeah, bro.
Really made Kendrick mad. But I mean, to be fair, Kendrick Lamar has never really been a person who's got along with everybody else and been cool with everybody. Because on March 22nd, 2024, Metro and Future dropped the album titled We Do Not Trust You, which was a Z-level album, definitely one of the best rap projects we've gotten in the last decade. Yet one song outshined the whole album, titled Like That. And what made it so big was how Kendrick Lamar responded to the line that Cole said earlier about them being the big three. Sneak this in first person shooter. I hope they came with 3 switches. I crash out. I still got PTSD. Mother big 3. It's just big me.
That's alright.
The whole rap game was
That's
shook.
alright.
They haven't seen the gods of rap go head to head since Tupac and Biggie. So everybody started to fuel the fire. Cole and Drake's DMs and mentions became flooded with people hoping for them, more specifically Cole, since he is the better rapper lyrically than Drake, to respond and battle Kendrick Lamar to the death until one can no longer continue. And in a very surprising fashion, on April 5th, 2024, a day before his Dreamville festival, he dropped
7
Might
Minute
Delete Later.
Drill.
Also one of the best rap projects we've received in the past decade this year. Yet, once again, just like in the We Do Not Trust You album, one track stood out amongst the rest, titled 7 Minute Drill. And pretty much this song was just a response to Kendrick Lamar's verse on Like That, saying there was no big three and Kendrick Lamar was the best rapper. He attacked Kendrick's catalog.
Was classic, your last shit was tragic. Why I got here off of bars, not no controversy. Funny thing about
He told him that he only wanted to battle for fame and money.
if he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing, man.
And honestly, looking back, everything that Cole said was pretty surface level. Not really at any point did
Yeah,
he
he
try-
not trying to like throw jabs, bro. Like, it's just fun. He just rapping for the love of the game, bro. It's supposed to be friendly competition, because if J. Cole really wanted to take it there, he could take it there. But I don't know. Like, Kendrick is good, but I like J. Cole more. But I don't know who's better, the better rapper. But J. Cole hard, man. You can't say nothing else about that.
Try to attack Kendrick Lamar's character. How we would later see Kendrick and Drake attack each other's character. This was a spar or a slap box at best, but it was very un-Cole-like. Jermaine's whole career, he was a very transparent person who stays out the way. Cole kind of reminds me of that one homeboy who we know that's cool with everybody and kind of quiet and sits in the back of the class because he just stay out the way and he don't be trying to bother nobody. So for him to respond in this manner did seem a little bit out of character, knowing that J. Cole is a very peaceful guy who values peace and love and compassion. And just as people thought it was, so did he. Because 2 days later, at his festival on stage in front of 50,000 people, he apologized to Kendrick Lamar and explained how social media made him go against his own character.
And so that fear had me moving in an unusual way, right? It had me moving in a way that I damn near was thinking about and listening to people's expectations of me and then responding off of that, right? And I know this is not what a lot of people want to hear. I know I can hear my niggas up there right now like, nah, dog, don't do that. But I gotta keep it 100 with
apologize.
y'all. I damn near had a relapse, right? All of this time of me moving on my own accord, for the first time I was tested. Why am I tested? Because I got the world. What you gonna do, Cole? Boy, I must have had 1,000 missed calls. Oh my God. So I felt conflicted because I'm like, bro, I know I don't really feel no way, but the world want to see blood. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I moved in a way that I feel spiritually feel bad on me. Like, it's in the midst of me doing that and in that shit, trying to find a little angle and downplay this fucking catalog and his greatness. I want to say right now tonight, I pray that my nigga really didn't feel no way, and if he did, I got my chin out. Take your best shot. I'm gonna take that on the chin, boy. Do what you do.
And what was so deep about
Pause. But that's very stand up of you, Cole. Let's give him a round of applause. He always the bigger man, bro. Even because the nigga is like 6'4". Kendrick is like 5'6" on a good day, right? But that's neither here nor there.
this was how authentic he was. He was in front of that many people in a niche like rap, where what is valued is not compassion, love, and forgiveness, but hate, aggressiveness, and war. This is vulnerability. This is humility. This is choosing yourself over everybody's expectations of you. But as I said, a lot of people thrive off negativity these days. So this positive and frankly very human response was not well received by the public.
Cole apologized to Kendrick.
Fuck all that shit.
Oh shit.
Fuck all that shit.
There you have it.
Yo, fuck all that shit, man.
We want to see who the best. Why is you apologizing for, man, what the?
This is probably one of the most light-skinned things you could do is apologizing for making a diss record on another.
They called J. Cole soft, a coward. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, because if you've heard J. Cole spit, then you know that he is more than capable of going head to head with Kendrick Lamar or anybody else at that. But the instant gratification and validation from people who could care less what happens to him caused him to act, and in retrospect, put things above himself. Because when you choose others' expectations and opinions over what you feel in your heart, you're effectively choosing them over yourself, which leads to you feeling empty and, as I said earlier, lost. lost. Once you lose yourself, you have nothing. This is why they say you can have all the money in the world, but what good is that without self-love, family, a purpose? And that's what J. Cole had to remind himself. And I see a lot of people say, well, you know, he shouldn't have responded to begin with. Have you tried having millions of people in your ear at one time trying to tell you to do something? If you don't do it, they're gonna try to discredit you as a person. None of us know what that is like, to try to say he's wrong for feeling or acting the way he's acted, because none of us have ever even been in that position. Most of y'all will never even reach heights like that to know what that's like. But J. Cole ultimately realized this and dropped out of a war, which frankly wasn't even his to fight. And we all know how that went.
Also, Bobby, I wanna know what Whitney needs. All that puppy love was over in y'all late teens.
In high school, Drake and St. we said Lamar's level when he was faded and are only staying together to preserve Kendrick's image. Preserve Kendrick's image. I can't fucking read, bro. Okay. Drake. It seemed like Drake, I mean, Kendrick was kind of doing similar things with like calling Drake the A minor, like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, there is strong instances leading to that maybe being the case, but it just felt like Drake was just saying anything about Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even a slight hint of truth to any of the statements he was making. He was just saying shit that sounded hard, but Kendrick, that nigga, it's just something about Kendrick, bro. That pure hatred he had, man, it just, I don't know, it made the song way better, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. It's something about hatred, man. I might gotta start using mine.
Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think like him should die.
Regardless of the winner, they both had to get very dirty and go really low for these battles. And that's really what people wanted. People will facilitate you to destroy yourself and then shame you for destroying yourself after, just as if they weren't clapping you on to do so. And while I feel like both of the rappers lost themselves a little bit while going through this beef, in the midst of all of it, J. Cole was silent. The whole world wondered where he was at. Would he ever even drop music again after people took him out of the best rapper in the world conversation? And that was in,
bro, them memes was funny as shit. They was like Kendrick and Drake going to war right now, or J. Cole kicked up in the Bahamas. Not worried about nothing, bro. That was hilarious, bro.
Till October 9th, 2024, when J. Cole dropped Port Antonio, and the song was almost like a conversation with himself, 100% honesty. He talked about how he realized it was pointless to seek validation from others.
I learned long ago you can't please them all and it hurts trying.
How people tried to pimp his butterfly and use his gift to destroy others.
I pulled the plug because I seen where that was about to go. Wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow.
And the most impactful line to me was how authentic he was about when he said people didn't think he was the best rapper anymore.
Like, yes, a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They stripped me of my spot and now I'm finally free, my nigga. Hey, Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga.
As you saw earlier, the outside people always care about looks and perspective of your public relationship. You have to look like the best or strongest. For him to do this and make a song like this being vulnerable, talking about how these were his friends and he didn't want them to be his enemies, how he respected himself, and to be honest enough to say he made a mistake in a world that wants you to be so perfect, people
and to still drop a classic on top of all that, bro. Can't say nothing about J. Cole, that man to go, bro.
Called him corny. People said he was lame.
What do you mean you finally free? What do you mean you finally free, as if you never wanted parts of the Big Three conversation?
And that's the thing with being your authentic real self. You have to accept that a lot of people are not going to understand it. And frankly, a lot of people are jealous. Hating is just confused admiration. A lot of people will see you have the audacity to walk through this life where people would tear you down for being yourself and still be yourself, and they envy that and they wish they could be like that. So when people feel like they can't have things that they want, they hate on it or they despise it. They say, I never wanted that to begin with. And that's what they do with you when you are your authentic self. But a wise man once said, only strong can show compassionate for the weak. And you have to apply that with yourself. Only the strong side of you can show compassion for the weak side of you. That's what it's about. Your strength is in showing compassion and vulnerability. 2 million years ago, the dinosaurs roamed the earth. These are the biggest, baddest creatures on the world. But what they don't tell you is, so did the butterfly. So did the turtle. That should tell you something. It's not about being the biggest, baddest, in the top of the food chain. It's about being loving, compassion, peace. And that has always been J. Cole. In Port Antonio, the same as his Love Yours song, is a stamp and a constant reminder that the external can never suffice what you lack internally. So many people are just running from themselves with how they walk, how they talk, how they treat other people, more importantly, how they treat themselves. Maybe people feel like you're not good enough. You can't sing, but you want to be a singer. You can't dance, but you want to dance. chance. You can't play basketball, but you want to be an NBA player. I'm here to tell you, you're more than capable of doing whatever you want. All you have to do is believe in yourself. All you have to do is love yourself. To be yourself is to be vulnerable with yourself, to understand oneself. And the more you start to understand and love yourself, that's where the growth, change, and more importantly, happiness can come in. So be your authentic self no matter what people gonna say, because you're waiting for you.
That's tough, bro.
Milking.
That's tough, man. But that's very wise words. I can't even lie. Very, very wise words. Because, bro, you know what I mean? You can have awkward moments. You can have things that don't seem the best. But it's all a mindset thing, right? Because you're looking at things from your own point of view. You don't know how other people see it if you're worrying about external judgment. You don't know how they see the things that you do. The person you are. You don't know how they feel about you. You just like, oh, they probably feel it. Nah, that's you, bro. That's you. You're just throwing your own judgments onto them, right? But if you switch your mindset to the point where things don't even bother you, and you just cool with being yourself, you don't let nothing faze you. You just like, oh yeah, I'm not perfect, but I'm me though. You know what I'm saying? That's really all you can ask for, right? There's things they may seem bad, right? Say you like you trip in public, you know what I'm saying? You fall down in front of the hose or something. You stutter in front of the hose or something. You bomb on a presentation. You get knocked out in a fight. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's a whole bunch of things that would seem bad, and they probably is, my nigga. You can never catch me getting knocked out in front of some hoes, nigga. Best believe that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm running away if it come to that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, if you just accept the reality and be like, oh, this don't this don't define me, this don't make me, I'm still him at the end of the day. This just, they call me slipping, okay, it's like Drake said, bro, niggas call me slipping once, okay, so what? Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, so what? You just gotta switch your mindset. Don't let things bother you, and be comfortable being yourself. I know that was kind of a rant. Hopefully I tied it all together there at the end. I'm very scatterbrained in case you couldn't tell, but I still try my best to provide value and entertainment for y'all. So if y'all appreciate and like that, make sure to like the vid, comment, and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching the video. I'm gonna get up out of here. Keep the ones coming. Next video is coming. You know what I'm saying? So till next time, I love y'all. Peace.